Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm ridiculously excited because I just got, literally just got in the mail the three, what do they call them, puff paints? Yeah, the puff paint liquid blush from Natasha Denona. These are her new releases. She came out with these with the Zendo, or right after the Zendo palette. The day that they went on pre-release, I picked them up, the whole set of them. These are three colors from her most popular cream blushes that are in like the 4-pan palettes. Tan Bloom and Love, I think, are three kind of like blush, and she didn't do one from the bronze palette, but anyway, these are the three most popular shades from those, and as well as the large ones too. And she also did a re-release on two holiday 2017 eyeshadow 5-pan eyeshadow palettes. One of them is Joya and one of them is Eris. And so I didn't pick these up the first time they were around, so I grabbed them. So I figured we would take off today's dregs of makeup and play with these blushes, play with these eyeshadows. I want to hear your guys' feedback on them. Are you intrigued? I know everybody is going to this liquid cream blush game these days, and I have been using cream and liquid blushes for a long time, so I'm excited to try these and see how they stack up to other ones. So let me take this off, I'll be right back. Hi guys, I'm back. My face is relatively cleaned off now, so let's get into these. Okay, if you're new here and you just came because of the Natasha Denona stuff, thank you. I appreciate you even stopping by. I am a lady of a certain age. I am not a makeup artist. I am not even a professional YouTuber. This is the first shade that I want to try. This is Daria. This is a shade that when I got it in the cream palette, I wasn't sure that I liked it. So we're gonna try this both ways. We're gonna try it with a brush on one side and a sponge on the other. I think I'm close enough where my lighting's not all janked up. I do have a little of the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydro Tinted Moisturizer. So I have a little bit of that on over some Ole Henriksen Banana Bright primer, just because I wanted a little lit from within glow. Okay, my first thought of this is it's very similar to the Rare Beauty that kind of just, I don't want to say it exposes the skin underneath the foundation, and of course I don't have a super heavy foundation on to begin with. I think that was kind of the point of these, is just a liquid blush that could maybe give your skin a little bit of a glow without having to be fully like heavily made up, and I think it does that. I still can see like my sun damage, so it's not super opaque, but I think that's kind of the point of the product, right? So that is Daria with a brush over just some tinted moisturizer. Let's try it on the other side with damp beauty sponge. Let me get my hair out of the way. If you guys have a pet peeve of hair being down, sorry. I was just in such a rush that I didn't really do much anything prep wise. This might be slightly too damp. So I am going in twice. This seems like an awfully small container. I don't know how long it's gonna take to go through this. But I guess that's kind of the point, is you're not stuck with products sitting there going bad on your shelf because you go through them. I don't know if that makes it a good value or not. Keep building this up. There's a fly in here. All right, that is super, 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 super sheer. I'm gonna take a little bit more, but this time try it with my finger. So if you are a light to medium type individual, such as myself, this might be a little lighter than what you're used to. I think it's a nice glow. I do think it builds up a little bit, but it doesn't really change color when you build it up. It just deposits more products and gives you a little bit more opacity. So that's Daria. I probably went a little overzealous with the placement. I could have kept it up a little bit higher. But there's Daria. Try the next one. I'm gonna take this off, I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, magically neutralized again. This is the darker one, it's Bloom. So we'll do a little quick swatch down here next to Daria. And it seems significantly deeper. This is the shade that's in that Bloom palette, naturally, that I was a little intimidated by and couldn't figure out how to make it work as a blush. We'll go back into our brush first and see how this appears on the skin. And again, I still have that same Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac. The Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac. One layer of that. Let's go in with one little bit more. We're gonna tap this or kind of stipple it more so than brushing it and buffing it. Okay. If you guys are doing like the very subtle wash of color, maybe you put on just the barest amount before going to the pool, if you are going to a pool, the beach, vitamin D, sunshine, you know, those things that we avoided last summer. If that's something that you're going to be doing, I actually think the light wash of color is actually very pretty. This is coming from somebody who normally really over abuses blush. And it's like, hey, I need a blush moment, right? I get nothing in PR, you guys. This I purchased with my own money the day the pre-release came out. So Damn Beauty Blender seems to be kind of picking it up a little bit as opposed to spreading it out. So we're gonna go back into where I got that bare part. So I ordered this the day it was released. It came FedEx, and the guy actually made sure it was in my hands before he took off, which was appreciated. It came very well packaged. It came very fast. I live in Washington State, so I think I'm clear across the country. I don't remember this coming from New Jersey, maybe. I just checked my shop app. Used to be Arrive. I liked that too. It came from New York, in case you're wondering. It got here in 2 days. I woke up early last Thursday, set my alarm, and ordered the Pat McGrath blushes. Those have not arrived, although I think I expect them maybe tomorrow. The Natasha Denona ones showed up in 2 days. It came today on the 27th, which is the day that I'm filming this, and I hope to have it uploaded tonight. It's not going to be my normal regular time. If you're new here, I tend to upload Wednesdays and Fridays. We figure shit out because we don't really know what we're doing, but we're playing and we want to know, can somebody who's not a professional makeup artist, can we get things to work for us? Do we need instructions? This one, that's a pretty color. I think I would definitely use a contour. I think it's just very, very subtle, and I'm used to like a bam in your face blush moment. Maybe if you top it with something else, you might be able to get it. But I used a Damp Beauty Blender on this side. I used a dry blush brush on this side. I got a couple layers on each side, and it's okay. Okay, I'm gonna take these off. We're gonna try the tan one and see what that looks like. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got my face prepped again. Let's try tan. We'll do a quick swatch on the back of my hand to start with. That's what all three of those look like together. I do have a ring light on. I do have one box light, but otherwise I have no natural light in the room that I'm filming in, just in case you're curious. I'm trying to scoot forward a little bit so you can kind of see and I don't end up in the dark. Because nobody wants to be in the dark. Okay. So I have a little bit of color from the sun, but not a ton. So I'm just barely brushing that to try to distribute that tan shade. Boy, I actually really like that. That's not, when you think of tan, you think of brown, more of a bronzer, or a, you know, that's actually a very, very subtle, pretty apricot shade. This reminds me of, is it Flower Beauty that has the blush drops that I like? But I wasn't sure I liked them at first. Oh my gosh, this fly is driving me crazy. Okay. This seems to me like if you were literally doing skincare and nothing else, this tan shade would be a really, really perfect no makeup makeup. I'm gonna put on a second layer over here, back with my brush. 2 layers on that side. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more over here. It's kind of strange for me not having, I don't want to say contour, but not having anything, wait, what did I, oh, I used a brush on that side, right? Not having anything else kind of sculpting my face. And normally I'll use a blush to sculpt or even a bronzer. And it's just a very light, healthy color. Here's my thought. If you were gonna purchase just one of these, this might be the one that I would purchase. Do you need it if you have the other palettes? Probably not. So I'm gonna do what I would normally do if I bought all 3 of these, and I did. It's the crazy part. I'm gonna put a little of this, the Daria shade, up front, kind of more on the apples of my cheeks. My cheeks have apples. I think I almost like the stippling of the brush better than, oh yeah, see that's starting to get pretty. Better than the damp Beauty Blender. I think, or maybe my Beauty Blender is just too damp. I think she was saying that these products have all kinds of like skin moisturizing benefits, which appeal to me as a lady of a certain age with dry skin. If you live in a dry part of the country too, you might also like this. Okay, that's actually pretty. It's actually very pretty and kind of also subtle. I'm gonna jank the whole thing up and go in with a little bit of the darker shade all the way to the back and tops of my cheekbones. And we're just gonna see if we can't lift. Not like a bend and snap, but like a lift and snatch. That is how I would wear these. I would absolutely blend all three of them in different places for what I want. If you are here only for the blush portion of it, I wish you much love and happiness. Feel free to subscribe if you want to stick around. Otherwise, I want to play with these eyeshadow palettes. I'm going to do a look on each eye real fast. These are not new releases, as I mentioned earlier. These came out in holiday 2017, which would have been December 2017. I did not catch these first times around. When I first saw these, she had it as a bundle and they were 50% off. So they're normally, these palettes are normally $48. She had both for $48. So that would have been $24 a piece. Eris on this side with the blue and Joya over here with the gold, the pops of color. They're not similar other than the fact that they each only have one matte. You know what? I'm just gonna take my finger into this gold because this is the scariest color for me. I wish I would have heard people's thoughts on this back then. I'm sure there's like YouTube videos I could go listen to. But sometimes I don't like watching other people's videos because then I'm worried that it's gonna cloud my judgment. And we don't need clouded judgment. We need, or is this gonna work for us? That's what we need. I'm gonna take this shimmer right here, which is more of kind of a, I wanna call it like a apricot metallic. Last summer, a lot of people were kind of going overboard with the yellow eyeshadow. And I was terrified. I actually did a video where I did a bunch of like solid colors like that or monochromatic colors using the ColourPop Dream Big Vault. I didn't love it because I don't know, it was just too harsh and too different for me. But now I'm starting to feel like, okay, with the right mascara and eyeliner, pretty much do anything. Now, this is not a, neither one of these are really your corporate palettes. I did go into the matte here. I'm just gonna kind of tone down, give my eyes a little bit more definition. If you're not sure what I'm doing, it's because I don't do tutorials. I do application videos. And I do have small, close set, hooded eyes that are aging, which means you're never gonna see a big, beautiful winged liner on my channel, if you stick around. Right, this is feeling very summery, very sunsetty, actually very pretty. I am placing that matte on top of the shimmer and I'm having to build it up just a little bit. You can absolutely see the shimmer coming through. And a lot of people that have textured eyelids are thinking, why on earth would you do that? I'm not as scared about what people think. You know the age. You know what I'm talking about. If I feel comfortable leaving the house, if I feel like I'm not going to embarrass my family, we're good. Okay, I'm going to take the darker shade in here, which is also a metallic-y, kind of shimmery. That's going to be my liner. I know this was a holiday release, but I'm glad she re-released it for summer. I have not seen this on her site in, like, I don't think I've seen this on her site. So I think she's releasing things from the vault. I'm going to take a little bit of this. Again, kind of a bronzy shimmer. That's going to be my inner corner highlight. And I know normal people would do a brighter color, but this is kind of my version of a halo eye because I can't do anything too dark in the center. And we're gonna drag just a little bit of it down here to meet up with that darker shade. All right, let me put on some mascara. I am not getting holiday. I know this was a holiday release. I'm not getting holiday with this look. I'm getting summer. I'm getting glowy, bronzy, gorgeous summer vibes. That's just the way that I'm gonna leave it. I did go back into the darker of the bronzy colors because there's like a lighter one and there's another one that's a couple shades darker, and I just went right underneath burgundy, more burgundy color. Would I leave the house with this eye? I would. Okay, that's always the test. Would you actually leave the house? Let's go into this, and of course our eyes are immediately drawn to this blue. It is the brightest, boldest shade in here. However, it is the typical super soft, creamy formula that we would expect. And now the first question you're gonna ask is, would you wear that all over your lids like that? And I would not. I think if I were gonna do a solid, like single shadow look, I could maybe see doing that with a little bronzer in the crease to kind of define my eye. That may be actually really pretty and unexpected and poolside, and I do think it makes brown eyes really pop, but I'm gonna show you guys how I would actually wear it. So let me pull this off. That color is so pretty. I feel like I need a little, and I did use this on the first eye. This is the Jura Cosmetics Clean Canvas Eye Base. Natasha does have her own eyelid primer. I could have done like a face full of Natasha stuff, but I feel like right now, sometimes some of the Natasha products that I have, I guess the Glow Foundation's pretty lightweight, but it's awfully glowy. The Poreless or the matte foundation is just a little too heavy for me this time of year, and I feel like more people are using the Urban Decay, so I wanted to see how the blushes worked with the Urban Decay. How I would wear this particular palette, I would start by going in with the matte. I started down low towards my eyelashes, and then I'm just working it up. I think both of these palettes are more of your fun, weekend, colorful, creative palettes, and not necessarily your work palette. I think you could probably incorporate it into date night. That shade is perfect. I love that matte. That matte is everything to me. Okay, I'm not gonna take the golden here because I think it's a topper, but I am gonna take this champagne shade. I should be using my other hand. Sometimes I feel like Natasha's, she's got some toppers that I think people get disappointed with because they don't realize that they're toppers and they expect them to be metallics or shimmers or more opacity. I think that gives me such a nice, bright look. I actually might wear this to work. That might be a combination that I do for work. It's pretty darn boring right now. We're gonna take the darker metallic right here. At first, when I touch it, it feels slightly dry, but then once you warm it up a little bit, you kind of almost like break through. It becomes a little bit more easy to apply. These are both very similar. You guys picking up on that? Super, super similar. I'm gonna take the blue. Guys, I'm so excited to play with some new Natasha stuff. Yes, I got Zendo and I got Circle Loco. I've got videos if you guys want to see this. Actually, tomorrow, yesterday I did a daytime look with Circle Loco, incorporating Beba. And then tomorrow I have some very, very colorful date night looks using Circle Loco. And I'm not somebody who wears a lot of color normally, as most of us like career type women are not. Bringing a little bit of this in here just for fun. That blue right there is okay. I almost feel like it would be better as, oh yeah. I'm just putting a little of that blue right on my waterline. That's how I would wear that blue. I didn't get this gold. We're gonna take this last gold. Like I said, I think it's a topper. We're gonna press that right over that seam between the burgundy shimmer and that champagne color. Kind of ombre those together. Let me put on some eyeliner and some mascara and I'll be right back. Back with mascara, a little bit of black eyeliner, not normally my first choice. I almost feel like I wanna go a little bit more. I'm gonna build up that matte. Again, it's kind of almost like a little terracotta. I'm gonna build a little bit of it more up and drag some of it down. And we're gonna take a little bit more of that dark berry metallic just along that outer side. Wow, both of these make really, really pretty summer palettes. Not everybody's into the warm, bronzy kind of looks. Did I get mascara up there? No, it's up here. Two different looks. This one is all kinds of gold frosty goodness. This one is so much more what I would just wear. I love the way the shape turned out. I love the way the colors blended out. Zero issues. Did you guys pick these up? Were you guys interested in these? Did you guys pick up the new liquid blushes? These are supposed to be able to be used on your lips too. I have a little brush here I'm going to use as a lip brush. I'm going to take a little bit of this. Taking a little bit of bloom on the outside. Which one? We're doing tan. Not upset by either of those. Now that that blush has had a chance to dry down just a little bit, I might go in with a little bit more. I don't know if that's something that you guys would want to deal with. It's kind of building it up to where you want it, where you need it. Very pretty. My skin feels actually really moist right now. It's super lightweight. One of the things I like about this blush, you guys, is it doesn't have that super glowy, residual, glittery, high shine look that we see with so many of the Natasha products. I think you can top it. I just think it's a nice flush. I appreciate you stopping by while I experiment and give you my first impression of not only these three, what are they called? Puff paint blushes. I don't know why I'm putting them back in their box because they're just gonna go in my vanity. These three puff paint blushes, the re-release of the Eris and the Joya palettes. I like them. They give me all kinds of summer, juicy, gorgeous summer vibes. And even on the lips, it's comfortable. You guys, I really appreciate you coming back and sharing this journey with me. At the end of the day, it's just makeup. It washes off. We just gotta do the best we can with what we have. So I hope you guys are doing fantastic well. Have a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. Get some sunshine, get some fresh air, do some self-care because we need that. All right, you guys, I hope you guys are doing really well. And until next video, bye for now.